Well, the folks at the Higgins Firm often get calls from folks who have found a last will and testament after a loved one has passed away, and they want to know if they're legally required to probate the will. Well, attorney Jim Higgins recently stopped by to explain. All right, we've got Jim back with us. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
All right, we're talking about probate today. People may be wondering, if someone passes away, maybe a loved one, am I required to probate or probate a will or open an estate, or do I have another option?
Sure. I get that call a lot. Someone loses a loved one, they find the will, they think there's a legal obligation to file it or have a probate, and it's not always true. The only reason you probate a will or an estate is if there was property in that person's name that's the only way you can transfer it. So if they have a large bank account or stocks or something like that in their name that needs to be distributed to the heirs, then in those cases, we're probably going to need to do a probate or probate the estate or open the estate. It's not a hard process. We do it all the time. We do it pretty efficiently, so we don't need to worry about it. But those are the cases that you would probably need to. Now, if someone passes away and they really didn't have any property left to probate, or a lot of times they may just have a house, and if the house is in their name and their spouse's name, a lot of times you don't need to probate. It just automatically goes to them. If it needs to go to the children, we can do things that aren't quite as evasive as probate, like you can file an affidavit of heirship, or there's a couple of tools that you can have that you can file with the court that avoids a full-blown probate.
Okay, gotcha. So I think a lot of people would think it would be an overwhelming process and maybe difficult, tricky at times, but what is involved? Is it hard?
It's really not. I mean, in general, it's really not. The only time probate becomes difficult is truly when the heirs are arguing or fighting. Was the will valid and things like that. Normally, it's just a matter of being organized, and you get a firm like our firm has a department that's all they do. And so we could be real efficient with it. We know what needs to be filed, when it needs to be filed. We'll help you do that and get that process going. You just get the probate open, you get the property transferred, we pay any debts that have to get paid, get your notice to creditors. There's a list of a few things you have to kind of check through and do, and then we shut it down and wrap it up. It's not hard.
Okay, well, good to know. Well, when should someone contact your office if this is something that's going to be in their near future?
Oh, sure. Anytime. I mean, if you have someone that's passed and you think you may need to probate to transfer property, just call us. I mean, there are a lot of times we tell people, no, you don't have to, don't worry about it, or just go down and file the will at the probate office and you don't need us. But if you do need us, we'll give you a little checklist of what things to get together, and we can get it started on it pretty quickly.
All right, good information, Jim. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, the Higgins Firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 1-800-705-2121 or go to their website. That's thehigginsfirm.com.